Alright guys, today I'm going to talk about ion propulsion. Ion propulsion was created by the NASA Glenn Research Center in 1960, but actually it was first used 38 years later in 1998 by NASA's Deep Space One mission as the primary propulsion system. Originally, many mission managers were afraid to implement the technology as it was deemed risky, but the benefits were that it could push an aircraft 10 times as fast as regular chemical propulsion. The inventor of the ion propulsion system was the Glenn Research Center, who made it in 1960. Here's a brief overview of how ion engines work. So just to quickly go over what was said in the video. Ion propulsion systems are basically work by ionizing the gas xenon and then accelerating it to 30 kilometers per second, which is what allows it to travel almost 10 times as fast as regular chemical propellants. So one example of a media coverage article that was written about ion propulsion was in 2009 when Fox News talked about how ion thrusters could be used to satellites orbiting the Earth, adding an extra year of life to the satellites because of how efficient ion thrusters are. Examples of world events: JFK became president, Sprite was introduced by Coke, the civil rights movement was going on, Russia sent its first man to space, the Cuban Missile Crisis was also going on, and Kennedy was assassinated after he promised that the US would land a man on the moon by the end of the decade. During that time period, one of the most important advancements was the regeneratively cooled liquid rocket engine, which allowed rocket engines to not melt because it used fuel as the coolant, making sure that the engine didn't melt from high heat. Another advancement was using parts from the World War II V-2 rocket, which was actually a German rocket, but its parts were used by the US rocket program in 1948. Some more advancements were when Sputnik 1 was launched in 1957, becoming the first satellite to go in space, and NASA was formed in 1958, the year right after. Currently, NASA is working on a new ion thruster, the NASA Evolutionary Xenon Thruster, (NEXT). It is a high power ion propulsion system designed to reduce mission costs and trip time, and operates at 3 times the power of N-Star, which is the older ion propulsion system. Fun fact about this is it was tested continuously for 51,000 hours. Yes, you heard that right. 51,000 hours, which is almost 6 years of operation in ground tests without failure. NASA plans to take this technology to higher power and thrust to power so that it can be used for a broad range of commercial, NASA, and defense applications. Thank you for listening.